Hello, I'm Get the Cans, and today I'm going to talk about Scientology's exhibition at the Concordia University in Montreal. While most people are focusing on the issue of freedom of speech and whether or not the CCHR is allowed to spread their message, it is not an issue of whether or not they're allowed to share their message and whether or not they're allowed to express freedom of speech. It is more about whether or not it belongs in an educational setting, not because of the message that it has, but because of the purpose that it's serving. The CCHR is a front group for Scientology, and their exhibitions and information that they spread out is directly linked to the beliefs within Scientology, and it makes it easier for them to be able to approach people who may get into whatever it is that they're saying at that time in order to push them towards Scientology. It's a recruitment tool, and the reason that I don't think that it belongs in that school is not because that it is expressing a viewpoint which is unpopular. The reason that I don't think it should be in that university is because it's not expressing something that's educational. On top of the fact that it is being used to recruit more people into Scientology, it's also spreading information that is not verified by any sources that aren't directly related to Scientology. I have not been able to find any information on the claims that CCHR has as in regards to how psychiatry fits in the world and how they claim that psychiatry started the Holocaust, 9/11, and other things that didn't actually happen, that happened before psychiatry was even invented. It's information that's inaccurate, unverifiable, unprovable, and can be easily proven wrong, and has been on a number of occasions. What's being expressed there is a belief, and as much as it's okay to express your beliefs in a university setting, it's an educational facility that's meant to educate, which means they need to focus on facts and learning and not faith. I don't want to go to an educational facility and learn how to do like a trade and have every day shoved in my face how much I should, love Jesus Christ and give 20% of all my earnings towards the church as a tithe. Or whether or not I should be joining a crazy cult of Scientology because they believe psychiatry and psychology are all bad. Not that I believe that it's a legitimate faith at all. In fact, I believe it's a cult. But as long as they're playing the religion card, I might as well use that against them in this argument. It doesn't belong in the school because it isn't an educational thing. It's not expressing a viewpoint that's unpopular. It's not expressing the side of an argument. It is using the strategies that Scientology uses against young people and other vulnerable people who are in their lows and worst moments in order to recruit them into the organization and to get them to go to the Sea Org, sign a billion-year contract, and get a bunch of free slave labor out of them before they either end up, snapping inside and becoming mindless dead zombies, dying or committing suicide, or they end up leaving, and they're so screwed up and scarred that there's no way they can function like a normal human being by the time they get back outside after they escape from the barbed wire fences and sniper rifle ranges. Jeez. Point is, the real issue here is not necessarily a matter of free speech. It's a matter of Scientology and them worming their way into the educational system, and it's wrong for them to start thinking that they can start setting up exhibitions at schools when they're not exhibiting anything that could even remotely look educational. Or they shouldn't be exhibiting in schools when they are not expressing or showing something that could be even considered educational at all. It's not even the wrong way to do things. There's nothing there. It's a veil. It's a scam. It's a way for them to worm their way into the system so they can rip you off. So that's my 2 cents on this whole thing, and I hope some other people out there agree as well. The last thing I want to do is hear about Scientology setting up in my school, because the first thing that I'm going to do is go through all the paperwork to get them the heck out, because they don't belong in schools. Thank you very much. This is Get the Cans. See you later.